Hey there, what is going on? I think you can see me. Well, there's Facebook telling me I'm not live, so I guess it's official here. Yeah, welcome. Let's see if you can hear me. Ooh, you can hear me. Let me mute myself. Give me a second, please. All right, cool. I can see the Kastner. What is going on? Okay, cool. People are joining. You rock. Awesome. I'm so excited here. You can hear me. All is good. Can you hear me? Thumbs up. You can see me. All right. So welcome. It's the official kickoff. It's the official day one of how to get into soul alignment. And thanks for joining me today. Thanks for taking the time out of your busy schedule. Thanks for being here. And I'm enjoying this beautiful weather. It is super hot. I'm coming to you from Boston. And we're going to talk about alignment today. Let me just make sure, one last check. I want to make sure that all of the...
Talk about alignment today.
Okay, you can hear me good.
Sure, one last check. I want to...
We are good.
Sure that all
Let me
of
just
the
pause this real
alignment
quick.
today. Okay.
All right, so this is day one officially. And we get a little intro here. Let me take a drink. So what we've been talking about is alignment with who you are. Let's see. Hello, Penny. These comments are coming up. Okay. I can't see that good, the screen, so if you're writing comments, just make sure. If you're trying to say hi, you might have to put it in twice. It is beautiful out here. It's sunny, probably 90 degrees out here. The wind's blowing, so we get a little bit of a wind. Let's see. So yes, we are here. This is my first official free Facebook live stream. This is day one, happening at 12:15, which you're here. And this will continue Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 7 days of amazing free content of how to get yourself into alignment and how to really start having clarity, start being able to listen to the inner voice that's inside of you. Start just being focused on what you want and what you require in life. I was gonna say what you need, but there's something one of my amazing mentor, Jeffrey Combs, taught me about the word need. It's important to get the word need out of your vocabulary because we do not need anything in this world, right? That's coming from a place of lack. We require. So there's a lot of times I still stop myself and I'm like, no, I don't need that. I require that in my life. So little tangent here, but I think all of the value here that is given is specifically meant for you. It's specifically meant for you to show up at this day, this time, to come and just hang out with me as a little party. So thank you for being here. Let's see the comments. Okay, cool. So the purpose, why am I doing this? Why did this kind of get downloaded to me? Why is this so important to me in my message to share this with you? It all started, and it's kind of been a journey in my life. I can't say it all started at a certain age, but there comes a time in your life, and I hope you can relate, that when you realize like you're here for a bigger purpose, you're here for more, you're here to inspire others, which then creates your own fulfillment, because we can work as hard as we want, we can make as much money as we want, we can go buy the houses, we can go buy the cars, we can go buy the boats, we can go buy whatever our dreams are. But there comes a time when you just realize like, hey, this is not enough. This isn't what life is all about. Like, there has to be more. And what I've realized as I continue to grow and as I continue to strive for things, that when I want something or when I require something and I get it at times, I'm just like, that's nice. Yeah, that's great. What's next, right? So I'm sure you've been in the same position. And if you have, feel free to share. I'd love some interaction together because I'd love to know your story too. So it's that missing gap, right? It's that missing void. And I know that until you really start digging into like what you want in life, which of course stems from your beliefs and your thoughts and everything that you've gone through in your childhood, like everything relates. It's just like one big snowball that just gets meshed together, and you really just go through life just rolling all that stuff down, say, the street, and it just continues to accumulate things. This is a new analogy, but it's good. I like it. I'm going somewhere. So it just continues to accumulate, you know, experiences as you go on, things you did wrong as you go on, things that you did right, wins, right? Things that were going on right, new experiences, again, new friends, but then some of the old friends tend to trickle off. And I think until we really sit down and we really have clarity about what we want, who we want to be, and when we're at our when we're at our funeral, here's the biggest thing that I read in a book that was amazing. When we die, what do we want people to stand up and say about us? Think about it. When you pass, when you die, we all gonna die sometime, we're all going, but all the people at your funeral, what do you want them to say about you? Do you want them to say you are an amazing mother? Do you want them to say you are a hard worker? Do you want them to say you're an amazing husband, a dad, an amazing golfer? Do you want them to say that they always were there to spend time with me? Like, what is your goal? So that's something that I think about a lot. Not the death part, because that's kind of like a little eerie, but if I was to write my eulogy right now for my own funeral, what would I want that to say? Because in essence, right, we don't want to get to our grave and die full of stuff. This is another book, dropping all the goods today. We want to die empty. Die empty as in we let all of everything inside of us out. And when we get to that eulogy, by that time, whoever's reading it, all of that should be out of you. Right? If you want to be known for something that is like your straight focus and that's what you want to be known for when you die, then that's who you need to become in this moment or in the moments coming, to build that gap, to have that as what people say about you. And a lot of times I think people go through life doing so much for other people, and I'm guilty of it too. Trust me, I have my experiences still in life sometimes. Me and you both, we're on the same page here. We're doing good. We're exactly where we need to be. But as we get clearer and clearer on what we want that to be, then I know, and I know for you too, that gap, that unfulfillment that you feel inside will start to close more and more, and you'll start to live in alignment with what you want people to say about you when you pass. So what I like to do and what I want to help you to do is really high level, 10,000 foot view, is build the life of your dreams. Build the life of your dreams, and you can't do that until you start getting clear on who you want to be. And just make sure we're good. Yep. Okay, cool. On who we want to be, in the things of life. Where do we want to live? What do we want to do every day? Who do we want to hang out with? What do we want to eat? What kind of car do we want to drive? All of that. Like, you have to embrace that thought. Like, what do you want to do every single day when you wake up? What is your schedule going to be like? If you had unlimited income, and I say this a lot, but it really gets you to a place where you can start dreaming, right? Like, you have to start dreaming. You have to start thinking about, like, sit down, like, what do I want my life to look like? I am this old, right? Fill in the blank. And in the next, like, 10, 20, 30 years, like, what do I want to have done with my life? What goals do I want to hit? And it's really looking at it from a big perspective first, so you can kind of just take it all in. And then from there is where you would start to break down, oh, here's what I need to get there. But here's the thing, as you're dreaming, I want you to dream. Get into, like, just some music behind that makes you feel good. And some, it could be music, it could be sounds. I listen to water a lot. I love the sound of water with this is funny, with little peeper sounds. You know those little frogs, they're called peepers? They have them in Costa Rica, nope, St. Lucia. I went to St. Lucia, and this amazing house that I visited for a vacation, once in a lifetime opportunity. Absolutely amazing with some great people. And every night, the first night, right, the peepers started peeping. And I was like, oh, these things are so annoying. I don't like repetitious, repetitive sounds and stuff like that. But then I grew to love them. I grew to love them. I grew to have a new connection with them that it was actually kind of soothing and calming. And now when I think of water, when I think of these peeper sounds, I think of relaxation. I think of in a piece of peace, in a place of serenity. So find that sound for yourself and play that, and then getting to just a dream state of all these questions, right? Who do I want to become? Who am I now? Where's that gap? What beliefs do I have to become that person? And don't worry about the how do I get there. That's the biggest thing, because a lot of times we stop ourselves when we start to ask the how questions. Because we think it's up to us to figure it out in the moment. Like, oh, I need all these answers, so I can't dream that big. Or let me just stop right there in this dreaming because I don't know how to get there. And the biggest thing, like us humans, we're absolutely amazing people. We have souls, we live in a body, we are a spirit connected to the Most High, right? That's my God, could be someone else for you, but God knows it all and He gonna give it to me all. I truly believe that. So you don't need to know the how, and don't get stuck by the how. Yes, this is all about soul alignment and everything. And so that's where it all comes from, right? Because if you dream big enough and you leave room for the how, that's where you give the opportunity for the soul, for your inner voice, for your GPS, your God's positioning system, that's what I call it, to really help you, direct you. Because when you have a higher power, then you have to be in a state to allow Him, or whatever it is you believe in, angels, to really direct you, right? Because we only know so much here on this earth. You only know so much, whatever your age is, and you can't expect yourself to know it all. You have to give opportunity for your inner voice to tell you what you do. Now, I don't know if you do this now, but it might be, you might. What if you just stayed in this dreaming world, all right? I mean, obviously you have to work and do your stuff and go about life, but throughout the day, even in the morning, get into a state of allowing yourself to dream, of allowing yourself to really choose things out of the catalog of the universe, right? If you had a huge catalog there up in the sky and you wanted this, that, and you could just pick it out, right? Oh, that looks great. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay. Yeah, I'll take some of this. Oh, and that relationship over there, that looks like really fulfilling. It looks like it's a good time. And then you pick that. So you have to look at this universe as just a catalog of things that you can actually take for your own goodness. And how you do that and how you recognize that is through your soul. It is not going to come from your mind. It is not going to come from something that's usually external, I would say. You'll connect with people and stuff like that. So people are external, but the emotions and the soul is internal. So it's going to come from there. You're just going to know. You're going to have a desire in your heart for something, and you're going to want to go off and do it. So that to me is soul alignment. That to me is soul direction. That's guidance from a higher power than yourself, who knows everything already. So why don't you just let Him lead and let all the baggage fall off of you, so you can just do the thing that you need to do without any expectations on yourself. Because when you start living life without expectations on yourself, OMG, things just become light and they become fun, and you just want to go and be everywhere, regardless of who is there and who is in the room and who is around you, because you have mastered your soul, you've mastered your emotions, you've mastered your responses, you've mastered anything external that can come around you. can't affect you because you've mastered your heart. You've mastered everything. So there's a time when you're just so connected to your soul that you just let it lead. You're like, all right, what do I do next? What do you want me to do today, right? It's not, let me take out my checklist from yesterday that I did and follow this list. No, it's like, oh, today's a new day. Okay. I had a dentist appointment this morning. Well, it took a little bit longer than usual and my mouth kind of hurt after a while, and I had all these plans to do this thing after and do this thing. And then I was like, no, what does my soul say? Okay, I'm gonna do that. So there is no right or wrong, right? There is no right and wrong in life. You have to, that's a good thing. There's no right or wrong. It's, is this aligned or is this not aligned? And when you start asking questions from that, like, is this aligned for me right now to go to this meeting? I'm not really feeling it. So no, it's not aligned. Then you know what you need to do at that point, right? So don't hold yourself to the standards of the world. Don't hold yourself to the standards of what other people are doing. Hold yourself to the standards of your desires, of your heart, because that's going to tell you what to do. Okay? There is no manual for life, as we know, but there is. And if you look inside your soul and your desires and the things that make you like feel good, so your soul and your alignment, it's not a physical thing, right? So like it's like a wishy-washy kind of woo-woo things that people talk about sometimes, right? But here's what it is. It's energy. It's that warm, cozy feeling, like your mother wrapping her arms around you and saying it's gonna be okay, right? Or your father, or whatever experiences you have, your grandmother, it could be whoever you raised you. But think of that person that raised you and that would always come up from behind you and just like wrap your arms around you and just say it's gonna be okay, right? Remember that feeling. Woo, I'm getting goosebumps. Woo-hoo. So if you remember that feeling, how it felt just like so loving and so warm, that's the feeling of soul. That's the feeling of alignment. So the goal is every day, for you to practice more and more about getting that feeling, about creating that feeling, about welcoming that feeling. So you feel like that constantly over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, every single day. Because what will happen is you will start to attract more of that. You are vibing. This is a whole nother thing, but this is where this training's taking me, so we just gonna go there. Let me just see here. We good? Yes. Okay, perfect. I didn't share it to my page yet. I probably should. But let me just continue with the flow. All right, here we go. So what happens is that everybody has a frequency of energy. When you wake up in the morning, it's probably like a little bit low just because you're tired waking up. When you listen to an amazing song on the radio or playing on your iPod, your iPhone, whatever you got, right? You get energized, right? You're like, yeah, life is good. This is amazing. Woohoo. And then something may happen, right? You get into a car accident. Oh my goodness. Now your energy level just drops way down here. It's like, oh my goodness, what's going on? How do I get myself out of this? Now I got to call AAA. Now I got to figure out this and that, right? Your energy level now is down here. But then you get a phone call. You get a phone call from a great friend you haven't talked to in a while, right? And you're just like going back and forth. You kind of like pick up where you left off. Your friendship's amazing. Things are going good. They're talking about all these amazing things in their life and you're excited for them. And now your energy goes back up here, right? So up here in the top part is where the energy's high, your soul is happy, your heart is happy, and you're vibing. It's called high vibing. And it's not like a caffeine high, right? Although some people kind of equate it to that. I guess caffeine can help you get to that state, but I wouldn't recommend it. But it's a natural endorphin release in your brain, where it's a physical scientific thing where you have these endorphins and they get released when you're doing these type of high vibe energy, either things that are aligned with your soul or events or things just that happen to pop up. But they're not luck. They are not luck. The more you do soul work, the more you do journaling work, the more you ask yourself questions to get in the know of what does my soul want? Even who am I, right? Because we can go about this world doing our things, everything we're doing, and not even know who we are. Like we just lost ourselves, and we're so consumed with doing things for other people. Like we have this plan, oh, this person needs me over here, oh, I gotta babysit for this person, oh no, like I promised this person that I would take their dog out every Tuesday at 3 o'clock. Like, is that what you want to do? Is that the life you want to live? Have you tied yourself up so much with other OPPs, I call them? Is that your OPP? Other people's purpose. Have you got yourself tied up with other people's purpose? What is going on? So here's what I want to do. I want to ask you, not to ask you, but you need to ask yourself 3 questions, all right? So let's see. What do I write down? Oh yeah, just one, that's it. I have a note here, is that, and it's actually pretty good. All this stuff came down to me one day. I listed out all these 7 days and I was like, let's go, we are gonna rock with it. This is what is coming down. People want me to chat about this. So the first one is hi.
You don't mind if I smoke here, do you?
No, that's fine. I'm just doing a Facebook live stream, so I'm just gonna be talking if you don't mind me talking.
Not at all.
Okay, awesome. So the first thing you want to ask about is, what would alignment and flow look like for you right now? So that means in this moment, not thinking about the past, not thinking about experiences you've been through, not thinking about bad relationships, good relationships, anything like, what would alignment and flow look like? That means spiritual, that means physical, that means emotional, mentally, all those things. So I want you to take some time. I'm going to give you about 60 seconds right now, but here's the thing. These are questions that you need to ask yourself and continue to ask yourself every single day. So when I journal in the morning, I will just do like a brain dump of like whatever's going on in my head just to kind of get it all out. And then the next question for me to really figure out what to do with my day, because I'm not determining it, whatever comes down will determine it. What would alignment and flow look like right now? So when you use the word now, it means in the moment. Okay, so let's see, I'll give you 60 seconds right now and you can answer that question. Do the work. Dig deep. There's a message there that you aren't seeing, hearing, experiencing because you have to write it out. So go ahead, 60 seconds. Yep. What would alignment flow look like right now, in this moment? Hey Angelica, I see you, princess. Thanks for joining. Loves for you. Okay, awesome. Ding, ding, ding. So I have an idea, actually. I have to share this with you because it's absolutely amazing. There's this unicorn. I was with my daughter at the paper store. We'll get back to that. Hold, please hold. I was in the paper store with my daughter and there's this unicorn. I love unicorns. They're just like this mystical, like I can do anything type connection I have with unicorns. I know it's like kind of a popular thing now, right? Like all these stores, like Starbucks has unicorn drinks and I see like ads in papers and stuff and I'm like, what's with all these unicorns? But I love them because to me it just represents like freedom, happiness, joy, the pink, purple, teal. Actually, I have something I'm putting in my hair. I don't want to color my hair though. I don't want to damage it, but I will put my little clip-on things. They're going to be fabulous. You'll see. I'll show them to you one day. Okay. So the unicorn. So it's a stuffed animal and you rub its back and it makes like this chime noise and it lights up and it has wings and it's just like the most amazing. It's my timer. I'm going to use this unicorn as my timer. And it'll go kind of like nice little chime noises. So I just wanted to like rub the unicorn and make that sound right now, but I don't have it. So maybe next one I will. Amazon, 2 days. Okay, 2 days. Oh, that's too funny. Okay, so what would alignment and flow look like right now? You should have a list right now. You can just do bullet points. You can sit there. What I like to do is just really pull for myself, right, in my journaling. It's just not necessarily bullet points, but just quick sentences. It doesn't have to be perfectly like handwritten, structured. It's like just get it out. If it's messy, just go back and read it. And then from there, what I do is I ask myself, why do I really want that? Or wait, what does alignment and flow look like right now? Yes. So the next question that I ask myself is, why do I want that? Why do I want that? Because once you start connecting your why, once you dig deep and you figure out your why, like, why do I want that? Okay. So things start get clearer to you, because anytime you have something that looks like alignment, that looks like flow, it's really important to ask the why behind it, because you want to establish an emotional connection to the thing that you just wrote about in alignment, in flow, right? It could be you want a certain type of income, right? I want $100,000 monthly income, for example. Well, why do you want that? What is the purpose behind that? So for me, I would say, for example, to support my family and to support my daughter, my husband, to support dreams that I have, that in places I want to go with my family and friends, and these things that mean the world to me. And then why would I want that? Well, that's the why. But then what you can do is go another level deeper and say, well, why do you want that? Right? So I want to provide for my daughter. I want to provide for my family. I want to provide for whatever, right? I want to provide for myself, of course. Yeah, that's number one. Like, provide for myself, and then everything else will follow. Because you have to get to a place of receiving. You have to get to a place of doing it for yourself, right? Here's one thing I learned for a mentor, and I just kind of was like, whoa, there it goes again. You have to always want to provide for yourself before you can want to provide for everybody else, because there's a mental disconnect when you have in your mind that you want to provide for everybody else, because you're not getting the reward of all your hard work. And I only say that not to be selfish, but I say that because if your focus and your why is providing for other people, you're gonna fall short. You're gonna give up sooner. I can't say you're gonna fall short, because you may actually get there, but your motivation and your intention and all of that isn't gonna be as high. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Isn't gonna be as high as if you really accepted in yourself and received that you want to be the best you can be for yourself. Because if you're not the best that you can be for yourself, how do you ever expect to give your best to someone else? How do you ever expect to show up to the people around you at your best? It doesn't work. Like, it's a lose-lose situation. So do it for you. Write down why, what is the reason, and then ask again. So really, what else? What else? If you start asking yourself these deeper and deeper questions, you will see things in there that you never knew were there, right? So you can have one main question and then start, what else? Well, what's that about? And then you'll see, it's like peeling layers off of an onion, right? So there's multiple layers on an onion, but when you start with the first question, that's great. But then the next level is like, yeah, but what else? Okay, so I'm now down here. Oh, but what else? Now you're down here. So the more what else's you can come up with to like exhaust your head and say, I've got no more, I'm done, the better. Because now you've really gotten to the core, the raw part of why you want this, like why you feel you're in alignment and flow, and what that would look like. So you started like asking yourself a pretty generic, basic question, but by the time you get to the end, you know your core purpose. Now that could just be for that item that you're talking about or whatever you wrote about, or it could be your core purpose for life. And that's when you start to really be able to have clarity on who you are, who you want to be if you're not this person yet, and identify who you need to become to get to that level. So, whew, that was good. Spitting fire. We got a little amen button down there. If you click on the stickers, we got a mic drop, a little girl dropping a mic. We got a boom with glasses. If you click on the little sticker icon, feel free, give me some booms. If you're watching the replay though, you don't have that option. Sorry. You can connect with Facebook about that though. I can't help you there. But you can make it lives. You can make it on the lives. What you need to do is go to your notifications on Facebook and make sure that, number one, you turn them on. And number two, see first. Because if you actually take the little drop down and put see first, you'll make sure that if your notifications aren't on your phone, that when you're looking at Facebook, you will see this greatness for you first. Awesome. Whew. All right, what is going on? Let me refresh the screen here. I have to see what is going on. I have to see what questions there are. No questions quite yet. Okay, that is fine. So if you don't have any questions for me, those are the journal prompts. I will type them in. Actually, let me type it in now since I do have access. Because if you are wanting to start making this happen, I can type them in. Question. Real quick. What would alignment / flow look like right now? Okay, dokie. Let me see here. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna answer that. Then keep asking. Really? What else? Well, actually, why? And then, really, what else? Okay, cool. That is the training. Fabulous. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed the beautiful scenery behind me. And that's it. Go from flow. Feel it in your heart. Take some time. Become a dreamer. If you have just accepted the way life is, no, that is unacceptable. It is time to start dreaming again. It is time to start doing you. It is time to focus on you and what you want and what your heart wants and what your desires want. And that's what you need to focus on. So answer the questions again if you haven't the first time. If you are driving or on a treadmill somewhere, take the time, rewatch this video, listen to the goods. There's so much greatness inside what I was talking about on this live stream. I could probably snip a bunch of them up and create individual videos for you because it was that amazing. So I will see you on day 2 tomorrow, same time, same place, and list your comments below. If you feel good, if you're open, and I'd love to hear what what your alignment looks like right now. What does your flow look like right now? And that's, from your soul. That's not from your head. That's not, hey Sabrina, I'm eating a cheeseburger right now. Here's what my soul wants. Here's what my soul is telling me. And believe in it, receive it, and take action on whatever inspired ideas come to you and do it. That is it. And don't forget, you can be, do, and have whatever you want. Love ya. See you tomorrow.